Hi there, VC. It's Steve Whitty here. It's Sunday morning, the day after the big meetup, where I met up with James Griffiths, John, 6-inch pianist, Headley, Chris, and Martin. Good day was had by all. I know James was taking some video footage, and so I'm sure there's some photos and videos will be propping up in the distant future. So big thank you to them for an enjoyable day. So this video is not about what I brought yesterday. It's what I picked up Friday. I finished work a little bit early. Joys of flexi time and having a bit in credit to give back. So I thought I'd stop off in my local shop, as I wasn't going to go in on the Saturday as normal, and see what he got. And I think I've come up trumps. And I want to post the photo on the Facebook page of a few comments, particularly on some of them. And the fact that it came mostly for the £1, £2 bins. Only one record cost me more than that, and I'll point that out to you when I get to it. So starting off, first album, it's Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. It says here it's a nice price edition. I looked at the vinyl, and the album originally came out in 1980, and I checked on Discogs what the nice price was, and I looked at the label and it didn't match. So I'm not sure whether that's been added or what. The vinyl actually looks like it's an original, but I haven't got any Aerosmith on vinyl, so I was pleased to pick that up. Second one, and this was in the pound bins. It's David Bowie's Hunky. It is actually an original from 1971. I've given it a clean. The vinyl, it looks okay. There's a lot of marks on it. When I played it last night, I had to clean my needle a couple of times. It probably needs a really good clean. You pay £1, you're not going to expect the cleanest record. It's in the pound bins for a reason. But to see Bowie in there, I just thought, I'll take that. I used to have it in the collection of an original 71 edition. Sign that you're becoming a collector is when you pick up a same album in a different cover. This is Moontown. The proper thing is Sunday morning. Moontown by Golden Earring. Now, I have got the reissue from 1974, which is basically a big ear with got a big golden ear coming out of it. This is probably, if I go like that, boy, God blimey. So, yeah, Moontown. So, came out in 1973, probably best known for Radar Love. This is the issue that's put out on Trap Records, which was a subsidiary of Polydor. So, yeah, and that was in the pound bin. I thought, well, you know what, I'll take that. Plays brilliantly, for £1, so really pleased to have that. Next album I picked up was Journey's Evolution. This is the band's 5th album. I thought this would be a nice price, but this is actually an original, and what give it to me as an original release from '79 was it's got the inner sleeve in. I don't think the nice price did. A bit pretentious rubbish on there about a new cycle begins. We like to express the feeling of the world. And I suppose it is evolving, because it's the first album that features Steve Smith on drums, who replaced Ainsley Dunbar, who the manager unceremoniously booted out the band. I think he weren't happy that the music got too commercial, so he was given the elbow, so to speak. And there's the band in all its finest. Relax or be very afraid. I don't know. While I was in there, Pete's normally sorting out buys. He's getting, and there's one record it came out. He looked at it, said, £1. And I go, I'll take it. A few little marks. I haven't played it yet. I've given it a clean. but it's John Lennon Plastic Ono Band album from 1970. It's an album I haven't got. It is an original copy on the white apple, but it's also kept the inner sleeve. It's not in great nick. It's with the lyrics from For Yoko We Love John, 9th 10th 1970, and it's got the band on there. Ringo and Klaus that played with Yoko. It's written on. I think it belonged to Lynn. So thank you, Lynn, for giving up your copy so I can have it. I'm going to get interested to listen to this. I haven't probably listened to this properly in a long time, so I've never owned a copy, even on CD. So all I've listened to is either streaming or bits of tracks from compilations. So yeah, pleased to have that. Found this. This is £2. Ono Lovage Stateless from 1978. Ono Lovage a couple of hit singles in 1978 and 1979 with Lucky Number, which was quite a bit of a novelty because in the song she goes this ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. And if you heard the song, you know what I'm on about. And then the follow-up hit Stay When pretty much came and went in 1979. She did carry on, still performing, but Thomas Dolby played in her band for some time. Yeah. These next two records were reissues that came out, and I've gone through on Amazon for about £13 each. Ramones Leave Here, the second album, and Rocket to Russia. Rocket to Russia I've never owned a copy at all of, so pleased to have it. You've got Rockaway Beach, Sheena's a Punk Rocker, their version of Surfing Bird, Teenage Lobotomy. But I think it's the last album that featured Tommy on drums, and I think from that point onwards, I think that's where relationships between Johnny and Joey sort of started to fall apart. I mean, they stayed together as a band just purely for the sake of staying together, but to me, that's the classic lineup. If you're going to get the T-shirt, no odds against Marky or CJ or Tommy. Sorry, I'm trying to think who the other drummer was. That's the classic lineup of the Ramones for me. Joey Ramone was heavily influenced by Slade, and I managed to pick up a copy of Slade for £1, which I was really pleased to find. Yeah, excellent album, what can I say? Great band. I've mentioned, if you've seen my Hall of Fame contest video, I gave the example of Slade as the band to be in the Hall of Fame. For albums like that, you've got Goodbye to Jane, Mama We're All Crazy Now on there. It's just two singles off there. Just great songs, just absolutely top notch. Can't say anything bad about Slade. This album I picked up for £5. This is called Cats by Squeeze. This is an original copy, and the reason it shows the lineup of the band, and on bass was, I hope I pronounced it right. It's Harry Kakuli. He played bass on the album, but just after it got released, he was unceremoniously kicked out of the band and replaced by a guy called John Bentley, I think. And after the first single, Goodbye Girl, wasn't a hit. The next two singles, Cool for Cats and Up to Junction, both reached number 2 in the singles charts. So A&M re-released the album, but on the back they put John Bentley on instead of Harry. And I think it upset Harry that bit, because it's sort of like saying, well, he was on the album when he wasn't really. So, and finally, this album I picked up. It's The Golden Hour of Status Quo. Now, don't let the long hair fool you. This is actually focusing on the pop version of status quo. So really, you're talking 68, 69, and literally, it's as it says on the cover, 60 minutes of quite record, and it's quite tunes. So you've got 21 tracks on here. There's the Sleeve Golden Hour. It came out through Pi Records. Quite a few. I've got Buffy St Marie album Golden Hour of hers, and looking at the back, they did the Kinks as well. Petula Clark, and Donovan. So these, I wouldn't turn these down if you come across anything like this. It's worth having. Maybe focus on probably the less important stage, but actually Pictures of Matchstick Men's just a classic psych pop single. Ice in the Sun. They do a cover of BG Spicks and Specks on here. Green Tambourine, which the Lemon Pipers had a hit single with. Price of Love, the Everly's song. So a good little compilation there. So there you go, VC. That is the stuff I brought on Friday. I'll show you what I got on yesterday in other videos, but I'm going to record them today. I've got to clean them up first and whatever. And I'd set myself a budget, and I stuck with that. Going around record fairs, it's like going around a sweet shop. It's kid in a sweet shop. You just keep looking. You keep, I'll have that, and good job. I just brought cash. I'd have been dangerous if I had a card with me. Anyway. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Now 152, so thank you to everyone. I've just reminded that I've got a contest going. That's entries that got to be in by the end of the month. And thumbs up, thumbs down. I like the interaction, and feel free to comment. I'll always get back to you, even if it's only just to say thanks. So enjoy your Sundays. Sun is shining, which was a comparison to Manchester yesterday. God, it was cold, bitter. But then they say it's always raining in Manchester. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and look forward to speaking to you once again soon.